So guys, I haven't been videoing too much. My phone actually got full of memory because I had so many videos from Harvest on there and didn't download them. So anyway, I had to get that done. I was just going to show you what I was doing today. So I bought a GPS system, auto steer, and I took a piece of plexiglass, drilled it and screwed it to the antenna, and then now I am epoxying a magnet to it. Marked out the center. It was wanting to slide. I think I about got it level now. Anyway, that's a 900 antenna, a nav 900. So it came with the system. Let me show you up here real quick. Got one boy in a diaper still. He's out here helping. Hang on, let me get him up there. Alright, my helper had to come with me. Alright, so what I got was, let me pass, buddy. I got a T2 box. I got a T2 box, got all the cords, power cords and everything. I got an easy steer motor, foot switch down there behind the brake pedal at the moment. And yeah, I guess that's it. So T2 box, foot switch, motor, and a nav 900. Well, I was just going to put it on my 250, my trim, and buy a cable and put auto steer on here on the combine for now. And come to find out, they said, well, that I called a dealer and he said, oh, that nav 900 is a way better, light years above what you're used to. Keep the 900 and buy a new display. And hang on, bud, I'll help you. Come here. And the display I ended up getting was a 350. So according to him, let me help you. Hang on, guys. All right, I may have to start this video over. But anyway, he said he had the 350 display touchscreen. I mounted it up where I had the 250. And I know nothing about them. But he swears up and down the entry level for the FMX, I believe it is, or GFX maybe, 350. So when I put it on with this and the auto steer motor, then they say, you know, if you get them dialed in right, they're within an inch accuracy. It's running RTX, and it's unlocked. This system is unlocked until April. So that'll give me a chance to try it and see if I like the RTX. And then I guess, I don't know, he said it was $4 something a year, $460 a year or something. So anyway, I just got this one. I got the power end to it, and then a few other things, but yeah, just nothing GFX 350. Haven't got the motor mounted or any of that. I fired this up earlier, and of course it's telling me that there's no signal, and I've got something hooked up wrong. So I don't know if I just didn't leave it up long enough for it to find satellites, or if I do not have something hooked up correctly yet, which is possible. Right now I have the antenna off, as you saw. I had the antenna on earlier, and it still was telling me the same. So anyway, I'll have to do some reading and see what I can find out. So anyway, I think it's going to be pretty slick. I just got to figure out all the learning curve. I have not read much on it. I think the touch screen is going to be pretty nice. Yeah, this user guide. So anyway, I'm just going to let you guys know I did pull the 250 out. I rented it at Wheat Harvest just for mapping and speed, etc. And of course in corn, I got just put the head on. We're probably 30 days out from picking corn. But, yeah, anyway. They say, and I don't know, you guys know more about it probably than I do. They say that if you run this on the planter, that you can run close enough to run it on the corn head. And we've got another power cable, and I think that's it. But we've got T2 boxes in our tractors and steer motors. So I think it'll be as simple as just pulling the antenna, pulling the monitor. It'll have a power cord. Like I said, we've got a spare one. We'll have it in one of the planting tractors, which would like to go to a 24 row. I don't know that we'll get that done next year, but we should be able just to move this to the planting tractor in just about 5 minutes. All right, I'll bring you guys back later. I didn't get much done on my new GPS system. It's Monday morning. July, I don't know. I never look before I start this. Around the 20th, maybe. Anyway, Bob and I's up spraying beans. And they look okay. Got some weed pressure here. Got some corn that a nephew didn't get cleaned out of the planter. Got a few odds and ends here. I'm not blaming him, it's my own fault. I should have checked. He pulled the tubes off the white, but he didn't get all the seed out of the bottom, evidently. So we got sporadic volunteer corn. It was planted, so is it really volunteer? Anyway, we are spraying Liberty and clethodim, AMS, bean oil. I've just got the tender up here, waiting on Bob, loaded, ready to go again. He's already sprayed the north side. He'll get about half of this sprayed on this tank, spraying 20 gallon. We cover 60 acres at a shot. There's 78 or something here. So we'll get this one knocked out, and then got one down south that we're going to do pretty much the same program on. It's got some weeds coming and some volunteer wheat and a few things. This is some of our better ground, but what happened was we planted this. If you watch some of my planting videos, we planted this and we got 8/10 of rain the night we planted it. Well, then we couldn't get our pre-emerge down, so we sprayed what we could as soon as it dried up. And that was a while. We had weeds coming then after burn down. And we knocked the heck out of them with a good shot of Enlist. But we're going to try to finish them off now. We have not been able to get up here. It's just been too wet, too windy, something. It's always been something. So anyway, Bob says the north side looks a little bit worse than this side. In fact, he said substantially worse. This one's not the end of the world. You can see weeds there in the row. But we'll get this cleaned up fairly easy. He said the north side will get it cleaned up. It's not, hadn't lost anything yet, but we were definitely getting competition on the beans from the weeds. Absolutely no breeze this morning. Nothing. Humid, hot, sun shining. Should be a good day to spray Liberty. Stuff's pretty finicky. You want to do it by the numbers. And we definitely try to do it by the numbers. Alright, fellas, that's what we're doing. I mentioned in the other video, I hadn't videoed much because my phone was kind of hanging up. So I'll bring you back if something exciting happens. Nothing exciting today, fellas. Just spraying. We've got one more 80, two more 80s, I guess, that we haven't sprayed. Second pass. We sprayed clethodim on one of them to get some volunteer corn and some carpet weed. And the agronomist is looking at that one, and as usual, now he said add Liberty. Well, we already sprayed it, so now we can go back over it. Good guy. We just question sometimes why we didn't run it the first pass. The weeds were there if they were there. That's only been a week. Anyway, I'm just sitting in the truck, loaded Bob for the last time today. Sorry about that, kind of in the filthy windshield of the truck. So we loaded him a short load. He's got enough for 40 acres. And this one will be done. Kind of set a weird AB line there, didn't it? Beans look pretty fair out here. Let's see if I can get around here. Double crop hind wheat. That's all we do. The beans up this way look pretty fair. We've got pretty good shower on them. We're not dry at the moment, but we're seeing 105, 104 for like the next 9 days. Nothing under 100, 101. I guess we've got 2 more days that are in the 90s, and then we get hot. No rain in sight, so it's not great. The corn will finish off now. I don't think corn, I mean, we're gonna lose some kernel size, but other than that, it's pretty well made. I say other than that, you guys that grow corn know that's a big deal. So anyway, we're just knocking this one out. It's muggy already. Spraying Liberty and glyphosate on this one. Got some Johnson grass just on the edges mostly. Up here there was some Johnson grass, a few weeds along this edge. Looks a little rough right there. We will get that cleaned up shortly. And yeah, go from there, I guess. This place is a little rough ground and rough soil, both. But we're working on it. Grew some fair wheat on it. Beans, like I said, they look pretty fair. But this quarter is very thin soil on most of it, so when it gets hot and dry, it doesn't hang on very long. It's Thursday, July, I don't know, what, 27th, 28th, somewhere in there. Figure we'll be picking corn, I don't know, our agronomist says 35, 40 days. I think he's wrong. I think it'll be before that. I'd say about 20th, 22nd, somewhere in there of August is my guess. I beat him by 10 days last year. We had 10 days of running under our belt before he thought we would go. We were over half done, I think, if I remember right. Alright, fellas, I'm just going to touch base. Not doing a lot. I got an air conditioner in here, so I'm being lazy and sitting in here. Later, guys. Well, it's Monday, July 29th. I haven't videoed a little too much, a little spraying, I guess. I was just sitting in the shed trying to finish some stuff up here. This is what I ended up with. We just took flat plates. It's not coming in very good. It's dark in here. Flat plates. This one is steel. And we welded the slotted bracket to it, mounted the motor. This one back here is aluminum. But all we've done, let me see if I can get that clear. All we've done is bolt these 2 plates to the steering column. And then we've got enough room to still run our deal. My T2 box, I don't know, it's a mess down here. We can't see very much. I should have got this out in the sun, I guess. And I just zip tied and used the 3M stickies to get it there. This is the new 350. So far, I'm liking it. Run it down the drive a few times. Seems to be extremely accurate with that nav 900 on it. It's got a subscription to RTX range view or range point, something like that. So anyway, yep, that's what we did. Got it mounted up. It's ready to go. I don't think we'll be able to use it for corn. I think the only way I could use it for corn is if I free-formed the first pass on half of the planter, then turned around and let it run back on the other half of the planter. I think that would work, but I don't know. That lazy range point is what it is that I have a subscription to. So anyway, I need to go back in and put a little more slop. Not slop, but yeah, a little more slop in my steering wheel for this combine. All right, later guys.